How do I do what? Yeah. Okay, like auto complete the suggestion. Okay, once I start typing, I use my tab key, my tab. I think there's tab also. Once you use the tab key, you get those suggestions here. Then you select what you want. Okay, because of time, you're welcome. Because of time, the way you perform your reading of data sets using Excel is the same way you perform that of CSV. But the difference is you just have to ensure that you use pd.read_CSV, not read_Excel. And your file extension must also be CSV. Then it will read it for you as a data set, okay, as a data frame. So I'll show you something. This CSV on your own, you can read the CSV you downloaded of different data type, of different data sets. Remember, you downloaded the CSV and you downloaded the Excel. So you can read the CSV and see how it goes. If you want to also save in CSV, is the data frame .to CSV. That's how you save it to CSV. Then specify everything, just as you have in the case of Excel. Now we're looking at how we can get our data from the internet. Let's assume your data set is in the internet and you don't want to waste your MB, your data, to download it because of its size. Maybe it is very massive. You can read that data set online using pandas. Now we have this. For me to read that data set online using pandas, I just have to specify the URL. Then I use what? pd.read_CSV, because this file is a CSV file. Please just confirm if you can see the screen I'm showing you presently. The previous screen. Okay. So as you can see, this data set is a data set on GitHub. So I extracted it from the location using the URL. I just have to go to the URL. I don't want to download it, because if you see from the observation here, we have 411,000 41,188 observations. So if some data used to be bigger than this, I bought the data set that was up to 5 million observations. So if you want to download such data set, it will require you some MB. But when you do it with pandas, it becomes faster. You just specify the location of it on the internet, then you extract whatever thing you want to extract. And once it is in this location, you can save it. If you observe very well, this was where I extracted your yesterday assignments from. It's the same data set. So you can read this. I'll drop it in the charts now. You can read it on your own since you are connected online. Then you see the effects. Just run that code in Excel and you see the effects that it will produce the data type for it will produce the data sets for you, just as the way you have it online. And if you try to open this link you will find it that it is a kind of a messy observation online, because it is a comma separated value. It's a comma separated value. So when it opens, you just see a lot of messy things that you even get tired. See, but with the help of pandas has read this data online, and it has presented it for us in a nice data frame, in a tabular way, not in a comma separated way. Are we together? Okay, so this is an easier way because the data is already presented online. Let's assume you want to read a data that is not presented online. That is, you are going through a website and you find a table of interest to you, that I want to get this table, I want to make use of this table and to do some data analytics, but it will be difficult for you because it's not your website. You cannot copy and paste in Excel to have that tabular you cannot copy and paste in Jupyter Notebook to have the tabular format. At times you might even stress yourself copying one after the other and paste in Excel, save, and all those long process. You can boycott it by using this format to web scrape. So when I did this, from this URL, you can see can you see this screen? Can you see? I'm showing you. Okay. So when you open this URL, let's open it. Let's see what's the content here. Is skysports.com, the Premiership League table. Okay, and you see this. Okay, you are interested in this table. You want to extract the table. You are interested in this table and say, oh, I need this table, I want to work with this table, for instance. Okay, this for 2022-2023 section that has not started. The previous section I was able to get the table before they brought out this new table. Okay, let me go for this. Good. Okay, so good. This very table, you want to extract this table, and if you copy this table, you can paste it in Excel, in what is it called, in Jupyter Notebook. So for you to get this table, you have to use, let me take this link. You have to specify using the read HTML. So you specify the URL. You know, the URL has changed, so I have to change it. The URL has changed, so I have to change my URL. So I specify that it should read the URL. So when it reads the URL, I run this. When I run it, I can PD. Oh, sorry, I have not imported this. My pandas. I import my pandas. After I import my pandas, I can run this and okay. So let me run this and create the cell below so that you can see the tables. So when I call tables or table, it will give me all the tables in that website. It will give me all the table that in the link that I've read. So when I run this, you see that this is the table. It presents the tables for me in a form of a list. In the form of a list. So if we have more than one table, you see it a lot here. Let me open a Wikipedia page that has a lot of tables. Let me see if I can get that. Google. Let me go to Google and I search for house prices. Let me see house prices in Lagos Wikipedia. Okay, let me see this. I hope it has more than one table in it. Normally Wikipedia pages normally have more than one table. Oh, I don't have. Okay, good. I have another table here. Good. I have another table here. Good. Okay, let's make use with this link. I copy this link, then I go to my location. Okay, I want to perform the same thing I did above. Let me say, okay, I create a new cell. I call this URL 2. Let me call it this way. And I want PD. Okay, let me say tables 2 equals to pd.read underscore html, and I specify what my URL 2. Okay, so I can do this, and I say give me table 2, and I have this. Okay, you can see this now. This is in a list. You see the number of tables. You just be observant. You see the curly brackets. You see this slash, this backward slash is an indication of another table coming up. You see where this table serial number ends is 37, and the new table starts from 0. So you now have multiple tables. You have multiple tables again, another table. Now let's assume that you want a particular table of interest. So knowing fully well that this is in a list, if you do the table 2 dots, or you just specify the type, say type, this is Python, pure Python of this, it gives you a list. So, and you know that in a list you can index the list. So if you want the come to the site, if you begin to observe, you know Wikipedia, definitely the first thing they have here, this can be a table. If it has the table tag in HTML, it will be seen as a table when pandas read it. So this also is a table in HTML. Okay, so look, there are some tables there by the side. Let me assume I want this particular table. Who talks about the climate for Lagos. The climate for Lagos. I want this table. I want to make use of it. I want to analyze something in my statistics. So I can do this. Okay, I can say what table 2. When I do table 2, and I run this, I can observe it. Which of those tables talks about climate? This is my first table. Goes down. When I have the second slash, I have my second table. This is another table. Good. I go down. This is another table, and this is where I want. So it is the third table in the list. So I have to use what? Since it is the third item in the list, I use index 2. Okay. This, since it's not giving me the table, I can change the index. Let me see. Let me observe table, months. It should have something like this, climate for Lagos states. Okay, let me go back. Just have to check, know the table, related articles. Let me see. Okay, let me use a for loop. Let me use a for loop to go through the tables, so that if you print out the tables, I will see them. So I can say for I in length of in range or just simple for I in table 2. For I in table 2, prints I. So I do prints. I'm just going to do prints I. Prints I. Okay. Now this is the table I'm looking for here. This table here. This table. Oh, the table is this table. This is the table I'm looking for. This particular place. Yeah. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3. So I think it should be table 3. That is, I index it with 2. Table 2, 2. Okay, this is not exactly, but I don't know how it's arranged here. What's giving me this? Why it's giving me this issue? But if I should just index it, I should be able to get the table I want. Maybe it's not properly formatted, or maybe the table that are broken. That's why if it's just a single table, I'll be able to get what I want directly. And remember, you can do this as a list. You can do this, and it will print out those things for you. So it's not a single table. This one presented here, this is one table. This one table. Then you see this talking about the density is another table. Talking about density is another table. Then you see this, we have another table here. So that is how you can read. So let's go back to that premiership data. So as I've read it here into table, then if I just want it in the data frame, I just have to specify this. I just have to specify it. Sorry. I've read it into table. Then I'll make it a data frame. This particular place. If I make here a data frame, I pass the table in it, then I can have my DF and it will show me that table we have on the internet. So which is this? And if you see, we have Manchester City ending at the top. When we come to this location, you see Manchester City ending at this top. So that's how you can extract your tables from a particular web page. You just extract it using pandas. It is fast, it is easy, and it is quick. Remember, if you don't want this default stuff, this default index, you can pull it out. But I think this is important. And when you want to save, you can save it. And when saving it, you can save without index, without the index. If I want to save it, I can go down. You see, I performed a lot of things here. I can save it here, and that is all. I can save it without indexes. That's without the index in pandas. Good. As you use the ignore index equals to true. The parameter ignore index equals to true. Okay. So, any question? Is anyone confused? Any contribution? Yeah, you can please. Yes. Okay, please, Bowe, please just hold on. Bowe, please hold on. Mr. Noble has been answering question. Mr. Noble is answering question. He started before you, please. Just hold on. Okay, Noble, please continue. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You get only the tables. Yes. Yes. You don't get them because it gets the HTML tables, and that is you have to inspect. If I come to this, you know how to inspect a website, a web page. When I right click on it and I go to inspect, when I go to inspect and I come to okay, let me start from this very first place. I come to this place, for example, I want to inspect this. I right click, I say inspect, then on I have my HTML codes here. Now anyone that is not in this table tag, you see this is a table. I don't know, can you see? You see it is a table, so it will read it. Good. Then it will go through the web pages and look for all the tables, the one that starts with table, and it will read all of them and put them in a list. So you will now index what you want, you bring it out. Yeah, there are images. If you want to get the images, you are using another scraping tool, either Beautiful Soup. You use Beautiful Soup, Beautiful and Soup. A Beautiful Soup is a Python scraping tool. You can use it to scrape out the images, but the pandas just extract the tables and the CSV files for you. Yeah. Okay, you're welcome. Zion, please, can you answer your question now? To Excel. Yeah, accept to download. Yeah. Okay, if there's a particular folder in the download, you specify it. Now let's assume I want to save in the download. Yes, you see this my DF. This is my DF now, presently, that you are looking at. I want to save it in a particular folder in the download. Okay, I'll do what? df dot to, let me say to Excel. I'm saving it to Excel. Good. Then I specify it. I want downloads. Good. Now my download is out and I want a particular folder in download. Let me just say, okay, the folder, this folder is not existing. I want to create it. I'll create it. I'll create it as, sorry, excuse me for that. I'll create it as DAWP. Then I'll also have this. Then I'll put the file name, Premier Table 2022 .xlxl, that is Excel. So if I hit this, it will tell me that this folder doesn't exist, right? So because the folder is not existing, I have not created the folder. If you go down, that's just the summary of it. No such file or directory. This, because this folder doesn't exist. Now I can go to my directory, to my downloads, create the folder. Once I create the folder, I'll create the folder. The folder is DAWP. I create it. Now I go back to my Jupyter notebook and I run it. You can see that it has saved this time around. It has saved, so I can go back to my folder, and when I open my folder, you already see it there in the folder. You already see it in the folder, and once I open it, it comes up for me in an Excel sheet because I saved it to an Excel sheet. I don't know if you understood that. Okay. Okay, yes. If you want to create a new without coming to your Explorer to create it, yes, you can do that. You do that with Python. Use the with open. Yeah. Okay. Any other question? In the absence of questions, we'll be sending this the assignment for today. Send it across to you. Then also, we tomorrow we'll discuss on how we can use pandas to make some visualization. How can use pandas to make some visualization, and tomorrow will be the end of this 5 days free training. So we'll use pandas to make visualization, and possibly, if time still permits, we'll discuss about Matplotlib, which is also a visualization library. We'll discuss on Matplotlib. There are other visualization tools, but I'm promising you that tomorrow we'll look at pandas, using pandas to make some visualization, and using Matplotlib to make some visualization. Yes? Okay. Okay, yeah, I will do that. I will do that. I will send you the link. Just contact me on WhatsApp. Just send me a message on WhatsApp. I will send you the links. 5073 6053. Yeah, that's my WhatsApp number. So this is. If you are not in Nigeria, you include that +234 before the 8. Yeah. 53. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you're welcome. Okay. In the absence of any other question, in a normal way, we express our appreciation for joining us. This free training is from Hamplus Hub. You can access us online. You can connect with us using our handle at Hamplus Hub anywhere on Facebook, on Twitter, and you see our activities. Next month we'll also be having a free training on building a scalable web app using Python. So we'll be looking at some framework that you can use to develop your websites in Python. So join us tomorrow, same time, by 11 a.m. and which will be the last day for the training. Thank you. Do have a nice day. Yeah, welcome. Welcome, Mr. Noble. Yeah, welcome.